peeps? It's your boy, the Penguin, and welcome back to the Slam. And tonight, I review the ECWA Super 8 2020. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is a very prestigious tournament for indie wrestling here on the East Coast. And if you don't believe me, check out the list of the past participants. We have Billy Kidman, Matt and Jeff Hardy, Christopher Daniels, Shark Boy, Daniel Bryan, Brian Kendrick, Amazing Red, AJ Styles, Jamie Noble, Chris Sabin, Austin Aries, Charlie Haas, Sanjay Dutt, Jerry Lynn, Eugene, Tommaso Ciampa, Austin Creed, Adam Cole, Sean Carr, Brian Pillman Jr., Leo Rush, Kakoa, Lance Anoa'i. So you see what I mean about this being important and very prestigious. So let's get started with this year's tournament.
Round 1, fight!
The first match was Arcadia and Vinny Pacifica. First off, this was a great start to the tournament. Arcadia looked really good and did a good job of panning to the crowd here. The only issue I can say that Vinny Pacifico kind of botched a couple spots with a running cutter, and then he did a standing cutter. But overall, I want to give this first match a 7 and a great job to start this tournament. So the next match was Chris Rockwell and Matt Tremont. I loved Matt Tremont using the fans' feet in this as weapons. This was a very entertaining match, but Matt Tremont is a pretty big dude, so I kind of loved the vibe I was getting there, and this guy really knows how to entertain the crowd, and this match actually boosted up the electricity in the room a little bit. So I'm giving this an 8.5 to rank this match. So the next match is Devante's versus KTB. Now, I've seen Devante's work before on Leapfrog, and if you guys haven't seen Leapfrog, dude, just go to IWTV and research it. Leapfrog is right there on there, and it's fantastic. It's actually a high-tension promotion. And if I didn't mention it before, the Super 8 is actually on IWTV. Check that out, guys. It's very fun. They have a lot of good promotions. And a lot, if you're into indie wrestling like I am, check it out. It's on Roku Box and Apple TV. They do say it's on the Google Store and it's on the App Store, so check that out, guys. So let's get back to Devante's. Devante's I've seen again on Leapfrog. That's where I first introduced to him. I really liked his performance on Leapfrog because he's sort of like that brute powerhouse guy. KTB, don't know much about this guy. But I do know that he's a veteran. He's been in for about 15 years doing the wrestling. So Devante's looked very good, taking his spots and making them look like his whole personality of being like the Incredible Hulk type of power. Because he's definitely a big, powerful of a performer, and I'm really starting to become a fan of this guy. But this match, it toned it down from the last match, so it went to like a 7.5. All in all, still good, still decent show. Let's go to the next match. The next match was a very good professional wrestler versus Eric Martin. It was weird to see this guy come out called a very good professional wrestler. That's a weird gimmick for me. It's a funny name. I kind of felt like he also, he kind of had like this Miz quality to him. But he's been a wrestler for about 15 years, and you'll see that that's kind of like a common theme here. Most of these performers here were been in the ring now for like 15 years now. So Devante's, before the match before, he's 2 years in. But this was basic. I like to call this a basic match. There wasn't a lot of excitement with this, but if you came to look for excitement, this was the wrong match to set your eyes on. But if you came to see like good textbook wrestling, this is a perfect match to watch. And I'm going to give that a 7.5. And that was all for round 1.
Round 2, fight.
Alright guys, we're starting round 2 with Matt Tremont versus KTB. Man, this was a great matched start for this round 2. These guys really know how to entertain. What's funny is I think I'm starting to become a Matt Tremont fan. This was really good. I mean, these guys, like I said before, really know how to entertain to the crowd, to each other. There was one part in the match where they had like a slap fest where they just sat on chairs and slapped each other, which was very entertaining. Matt Tremont is a very big, powerful dude. And like I said, I'm becoming a super Tremont fan right now. But yeah, I gave this match for my rating is an 8.0. Good match. Way to kick off round 2. Let's get to the next match, which was a very good professional wrestler versus Arcadia. This time out in the match, while a very good professional wrestler gives you textbook wrestling, he was super paired well with Arcadia. And for his match here, it was slightly more enjoyable than the first time out that we saw a very good professional wrestler. Arcadia is really good at being more energetic. He's I wouldn't say high flying, but he's more fast in the ring. But it was very, very, very good match. It wasn't my match of the night, but it was very enjoyable and a very exciting match to watch. I gave this an 8.0.
Final round, fight.
It's KTB versus a very good professional wrestler. I would just like to say this is a good pairing of both talents. The agility that this man has for his stature and how big he is second to none. And as far as a very good wrestler, at first it took me a while to understand this performer and his gimmick, which I thought was a little corny, a little weird. But watching him work in the ring, I understand why he uses that name. Because he really is a very good wrestler. This by far was the match of the night, and I'm giving it a 9.0. So let's get to my final thought on this show. So I came into this tournament thinking to myself that I just wanted to focus on the Super 8 tournament and not the other stuff like the tag titles and the World Championship. Because I really just wanted to focus on the Super 8 tournament. And what's crazy is I came into this tournament not being a fan of any of this talent that we have here. I didn't know anybody. I didn't know who Matt Tremont was. I didn't know who KTB was. I didn't know who a very good professional wrestler was. By the end of the show, I was a fan of all of everybody who was in here. Actually, they did a very good job with the experience for this show with this card, and I'm glad that they kept the most experienced people in for this tournament. I thought that was fantastic. Getting to my final reading, like every show, it has its ups and downs. And I've grown to become a fan of the talent in this show, like Matt Tremont, KTB, a very good professional wrestler. You can tell that there was definitely a lot of experience on this card. And I'm excited to see Super 8 25 for 2021 and what it has in store for the talent on the indie scene. So guys, this is what I want you to do. I want you to slap a like button for Facebook and on YouTube. And if you are on YouTube, please subscribe and don't forget to hit the bell. And we'll see you next time on The Slam. Blah blah.
Yo, Penguin.